going on, y'all? Coach Davis back in the motherfucking building. Now, shit, I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, get straight to the point. I want to talk about how semen retention changed my mentality forever. Like, I'll never be the same knowing about some shit like this. From the very first time I found out about semen retention, my life was changed forever, and I felt it. I seen it. Right? From how I started going about certain things and how I started looking at certain things, you know, after the fact of finding out about something like this. Immediately start looking at porn different, masturbation different, all that shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at relationships and shit different. I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, shit. I'm now, you know, you start looking at old people different. That's one of the main things that started happening. I'm like, oh shit. So this motherfucker looked like a damn zombie because he been busting nuts his whole life. So when you get older, you not bound to look like that. Then even little things like, you know what I'm saying? I might wake up a little tired one day. And I'm like, shit, imagine I was in a relationship and, you know, busting nuts all over the place with my girl. Because most of these relationships, every relationship I ever been in was sex driven. Sex was my main drive in every relationship I ever been in. Right? Even with me wanting to be friends with certain girls. I didn't even want to be around certain women if they didn't, you know what I'm saying, look like a female that I would want to fuck. Because that's all I ever thought about, because I watched way too much pornography. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this porno fucked my brain up. Like, I could see from, like, looking back on how I used to move when I was young and shit. Like, I mean, I'm still young. I just turned 24. But, like, I just turned 24 July 22nd, for those that don't know. But, like, I started looking back and I'm like, yeah, I was just, you know what I'm saying? Like I was wilding. Real shit. Like, my life has changed forever. Now to the point where, like, I fully accept being a motherfucking lone wolf. And giving mad self-love to myself and shit. To the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm having visions and shit about my future and what I'm working towards being and shit. You know what I'm saying? Meditating and think about, you know, where I'm headed in life as far as like mentally, physically and all that, and just, you know, who I plan on being and the life I want for myself. Shit I would have never thought of, you know, in the past. So where all I probably be thinking about is like, who's gonna be the next big booty bitch I get in my damn bedroom? Where's she at? You know what I'm saying? Wow. That's all the fuck I cared about. Literally. And that's disgusting to always be thinking about some shit like that. Like, it got to the point where now when I think about shit like pornography, like I get this nauseous feeling in my body. Like it really disgusts me. And that blows my mind that I've even gotten to this point in my life mentally where porno was like, at one point was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life when I first found out about it. That's how I felt. When I seen that shit, I'm young and I'm like, titties, ass. Every time I see a video of a bitch, I'm like, that's my first reaction. Every time I find that new video of bitch bad as shit, I'm like, damn, my whole body light up, my dick hard as a rock. My nigga, that shit, that's some little nigga shit. Like, I mean, I was a young nigga, so it's cool. But like, yeah, man, my mentality has changed forever. To now, it's like, I can't even picture myself really sitting back like I used to do. Had a phone up like this. Like, like, I can't picture myself doing that now. Like, you know, I've even gotten emails from dudes. Nigga, in my mind, it's like, you know, dude, nah, I'm not trying to tease nobody and shit, but let's be honest. This nigga hit me in the email, told me he relapsed, and he damn near was crying. Like, he was that upset. So we got to the point where men is out here busting nuts and crying after the fact. Like, let's be real. Like, if you really want to think about it, bro, for anybody that has gone through that on the low, even him, whatever, even if you just feel upset about doing that shit, what the fuck? Like, my nigga, you gotta salute yourself for that. Cause you ain't gonna never be the same again. You gonna be moving way better, way, you feel me? Just, you already know the vibes with that. Like, you just gonna be moving a lot better out here because of that. Cause you know better. Right? And that alone is a beautiful thing to be moving out here like that and shit. Like, for real, for real. Like, I never look at a relationship the same, man. Like, I'm not nowhere near rushing to be in a relationship with no female. I'm not even looking for a girlfriend. And I was at a point in my life where I was always looking for a girlfriend, even if I already had a girlfriend. I was looking to see if I could find a better one while I was with one. Bruh, I was like, that's all the fuck I care about. For real, like. And now to get to the point where I'm cool with being in my own space and shit. It's nice outside. I'm looking forward to working out, going to take a walk, just get some fresh air. Going to play ball, being around some cool, some of my niggas and just vibing. I was at a point in my life where I always had to be around people. Whether I had friends that I knew wasn't really my friends, they was just maybe funny niggas, or I just ain't want to be in my crib doing nothing. I was at that point in my life. I had a bunch of fake ass niggas around me, fake ass women around me, you know what I'm saying, that I knew ain't really care about me, and I ain't really care about them. But I was really in my mind like, I need some pussy. I'm not trying to keep on beating my meat. Like, I need to go get some pussy. And I looked at a relationship like this. This is some pussy right here. You feel me? Like, I'm not trying to, be by myself. And I was at a point in my life where, nigga, I was not the flyest, nor was I handsome or the pretty boy getting bitches. I was not like that for a while. That shit ain't happened to me until I turned, I would say about 19 and shit, when I had my first good job working at a hospital and shit. That leveled me up. But all the way before that, I was never on that time. So any girl I got my hands on that looked halfway decent, she was wifey. Dead ass. And now that's why I could see through all of these niggas that be settling with these women that they don't really fuck with. But I know exactly what they doing, my nigga. You just need some pussy around you. I get it. But these niggas is done. I just had deja vu just now. Holy shit. I don't know. But, yeah, like, I know exactly what these dudes is doing, bro. Like, that's crazy. But then you start to learn with life, like, the amount of self-work that you put in with yourself and how much you keep evolving, what helps you be able to see through people, and how your mentality gets stronger to where you start seeing through everything and everybody is like, you start seeing that these motherfuckers ain't putting in the work. That's like if you fat and then you overcome that and you become brolic and shit. Now you see that fat motherfucker and you like, this motherfucker lazy as shit. Because you know that what you did and how you got through that and how you worked towards being stronger. You looking at him, you like, man, this motherfucker lazy as shit. He want to be fat. Because I remember, you know what I'm saying, until I started putting in the work in, that's how the shit changed. Nigga, I started sacrificing. So when you start sacrificing and seeing growth in your life, you see the motherfuckers that's not doing that. You could automatically see a fat motherfucker from a mile away. You around, you know what I'm saying? A bitch might pull up. You see this whole nigga consciousness leave the whole vicinity of y'all where y'all was just having a conversation. His whole everything is done for. Like, he might have forgot what he was saying, the conversation, where it was headed, what he was about to say. Like, he was totally invested in the conversation. A certain female pull up, his consciousness has left his body. Like, that's what porno do to niggas. I was at that point in my life too, where I see a badass female, especially living in New York, these women be dressed half naked all the fucking time everywhere you go. The gym, outside, especially if it's nice outside. What? Even when it's not nice outside, it's winter, these bitches still wearing tight ass spandex and shit like that. But like, man, my mentality has changed forever, and it's a beautiful motherfucking thing to where, like, I'm looking for actual, like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta have a bond. Like, I it's like the orgasms I call now is like laughing. I love to laugh. If I could be around a female, we best friends on that level where we can make each other laugh and just be ourselves and shit. Be goofy and shit, because I'm goofy as hell when I want to be. Like, I want to be able to make her laugh. I want her to have a sense of humor. Shit like that. Like, the way we just friends, man. Like, I was never thinking about some shit like that before. Never. Hell no. I'm like, man, she cool and all that, but nah, her over here, she got a stink-ass attitude and shit, but shit, she got a fat ass, though. Even just thinking about my mentality being like that is like, what the fuck? I'm fucking blessed to be as young as I am, fucking coming to, you know, to terms with this new consciousness I have, my nigga. It's like I'm living a whole new life. It's like I'm reborn. I'm literally reborn. It's not even like I'm reborn. I am reborn, bro. And everybody watching this video is fucking reborn, man. Niggas is watching semen retention videos, trying to stay inspired on not busting a nut and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, a lot of y'all know y'all fuck with me for me and shit like that. That's why I know I could be myself on here. And I don't got to do like a lot of these other niggas do and put on personas and shit. And try to be somebody they not. Like, that's never going to be me. But like, and I appreciate y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? But like, my nigga, my mentality has changed forever, man. It's a fucking beautiful thing the way I be, man, for real. Like, I done meditated before and start thinking about, you know, where I want to be in my life and my future, shit like that. I almost brought tears to my eyes how beautiful these visions was, man. For real, for real. Like, I see a lot of great things happening in my life in the future. And I know I'm not crazy because these things seem very, like, I know that I'm gonna do these things. Like, and it's beautiful. I can't wait. For real, for real. Listen, man. Growth comes with accepting the fact that you still got growing to do. I hope you just caught that. I have not fully overcame my anxiety, right? It's not all the way gone. But the reason why most of it has subsided and I could get on the camera and do shit like this and seem like I'm fucking, I got some fucking sense. A couple years back, I would have never been able to do some shit like this and just seem like I'm having a conversation with y'all on a fucking, never. But the reason why most of it has subsided is because I accepted the fact that I had that problem. I kept it a buck with myself and told myself I have an issue with anxiety. I've even had conversations with people and been that honest and told people that. When I started really growing for real. You know, like, I accepted it and I noticed that I started working through it. Putting myself in scenarios like, fuck it, I got anxiety, but so what? I'ma still maybe have this conversation with this person even though I'm uncomfortable. Just start making myself more uncomfortable. I'm like, man, I could do this shit. It's really in my head, though. And I'm knowing that it had a lot to do with my irresponsible habits. And when those start changing, I started feeling more self-respect within myself and started valuing myself more like, damn, I don't even need to look at no ass and shit. I don't even need to have no ass around me, no beautiful female around me. I could be doing me. You know what I'm saying? Watch a good movie, get some good food, maybe even play a game on my phone or some shit. I go take a walk. Every now and then I might smoke a blunt, chill. Might go play ball, some of my niggas. Like, man, my life has changed forever, man. And I'm gonna be doing this for a very long time. Like, one of the main things that happens with semen retention that changes your life and fucks you up is that first relapse. When you go on your first little streak and that first relapse that happens and you see all of that semen that come out, it's like, I know my life has changed forever after that. I knew from that point forward, even though some more relapses happened after that, I knew it was never going to be compared to the amount of times I've busted, in the prior years, to where I probably busted in the prior years probably about 200 to 300 times on an average of maybe 3 or 4 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So 2019, I relapsed 11 times. That's fucking insane. That alone changed my life. Even though I relapsed, my life is still changed, bro. You got to stay positive. For anybody that's relapsing, my nigga, think about how many times you relapsed when you didn't even know you was relapsing. How the fuck could you be mad, man? You might be a little disappointed because you wanna start doing better with your life and shit, but that's a good thing. You holding yourself accountable. Just look at it like that. Don't look at it like that's depressing. It's about the perception. You holding yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable and move forward. All right, I fucked up. That was a bad move. Now let's move forward. Let's go harder. Let's move smarter. Let's make this streak and every day better than what I was doing before. Right? That's all. We really becoming men now. Doing some shit like this, now you really becoming a man. Because you understand that sacrifice is the only thing in life that you, as a man, that you must do. In order to be the man that you want to be, you must sacrifice the things that are the hardest to sacrifice in order to be great. You know, we doing things like sacrificing social media, TV, video games, and working on our diets. And I've been on a bulking, getting stronger, gaining some more weight. You know, it takes time, you know. And now we understand the value of semen and shit. I never would have thought, you know, looking into semen that deep and being like, all I knew is this shit, you make a fucking baby if you bust a nut in a female. That's all I fucking know. I didn't give a fuck to look no deeper into why it does that, the properties of it. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. I just knew anytime my dick got hard, that meant I need to bust a nut. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't bust a nut, it's because maybe I couldn't, because I wasn't alone enough, or I wasn't with my girl, or me and my girl couldn't do it because her mom's was in the crib, and I was mad that I couldn't bust a nut. To where that reverse completely. That whole consciousness I had is like, I'm literally on the other side. To where I can literally look back and see myself living a whole nother life. That shit is fucking crazy. If you really think about it. Like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, you literally. I'm telling you, man, it's a beautiful thing happening, man. I even heard a Lil Durk newest song or some shit. I forgot what it's called. He said some shit in the song. I'm listening to it, bumping. He said some shit like, I busted a nut and all my bitches. I blame that on porn. No. He said some shit. You know how that nigga be, right? He said some shit like that. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm bugging, but I think my nigga Durk, he's starting to know, you know what I'm saying, porno fucking niggas up. That's what that meant to me. Like, porno fucked me up. So he understand that. Listen, I'm all for all men all over the world, you know, doing what they got to do to be better. More self-love. I guarantee you more self-love happens out here in this world. A lot more less killings is going to be happening. Because that's all that's happening in the world is motherfuckers don't love themselves. They mad. They upset at what they got to go through. Because we don't understand that motherfucker. We was doing a lot of the damage to ourselves. We just didn't know no better. Right? That's why I can't wait till, you know, the black community, especially these hoods and these ghettos. Like, my nigga, somebody just got shot on my block, like literally right next to my crib. I'm coming from playing ball. It was like 12 o'clock at night. They got yellow tape right next to my crib. I'm asking, he like, it was a shooting. I'm like, right there. I'm in the trenches. And I'm wishing, I'm like, I can't wait till more men just come more aware. Like, bro, all of this anger that you got built up in you, you sour as shit, you acting fake tough when you know you really want to laugh. Laughing is one of the best feelings ever. When you get a good laugh to where you can't fucking breathe. It was times I was around certain niggas because I just love the fact that this motherfucker could make me laugh. Whether he said a joke or his laugh was funny as shit, I wanted to be around people like that. I understood that much, at least when I was young. That laughing is one of the most enjoyable things in the world. Not busting a nut, but smiling and laughing. Like, damn, now I consider myself a grown man. Now I feel like a grown man. Before I never was. And I'm still young, though, but nigga, I'm grown now. Because I'm doing shit that niggas twice my age go they whole life and they will never do. Right? It's a beautiful thing, man. I don't mean to rant. You know, it's been like a week since I posted a video and shit. I'm gonna start doing that more often too. I'm gonna start like, you know what I'm saying, maybe post a video once a week, once every 2 weeks. I think it'll be better. And plus my videos will be long, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all fuck with the longer videos and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Well, I'm really just politicking with y'all too. Like, cause I don't really mean to get on here and just be like a coach for real, like a coach. I really call myself coach because I had no choice but to be my own coach my whole life. I had to figure out how the fuck to be a man. And get through certain things in my life that was uncomfortable. I had nobody to turn to. And I was just by myself having to make certain decisions. I consider that being your own coach. Like you in a basketball game and you make a bad play, you might not realize it was a bad play until your fucking coach balk on you and go crazy. Like, you feel me? Like I was that for myself for a while. And I finally got to a point where that self-coaching has worked in my favor. All of that crying out to God I was doing and all the sacrifices I was making to, you know, not to commit the murders I almost did and not hurt the people I almost did or hurt myself. And, you know what I'm saying? All the sacrifices I'd have made, even though I was very immature and very, you know, delusional and all of that. I still was making some good decisions out here. Some very good decisions. Like, my nigga, if I made a movie about my life, niggas would be like, ain't no way that shit happened for real. So I'm even looking back on this shit like, how the fuck did I even know better than to do that? Like, how did I know? It's a blessing. Now, you know, in order for you to grow, you accept the discomfort of semen retention. You accept the fact that this shit is very uncomfortable. The relapse is uncomfortable. Being on this shit in general is uncomfortable. Even though you get good feelings and good vibes and you value yourself more, it's still hard. When you get them stiff ass boners that fucking feel like they piercing through your fucking pants, and you gotta be like, I'ma listen. And then you start to get that, you know, you hailing premature ejaculation and shit. Now, eventually when you do decide to have sex with your significant other, sex is more enjoyable. You got more girth on your penis, so you slide up in there, you see her reacting better, because you hitting them walls. That's what really matters. You gotta hit them walls. It's not just about being in her guts like everybody think, bro. Nah, it's about you gotta hit them walls. You gotta get your girth game right. Every man need to practice semen retention. Nigga, if you want to be one of them dudes that still want to be sexually active and not give a fuck about busting, you gotta go in periods of time where you get your girth game right. That's the only way sex is gonna be more enjoyable for the both of y'all. You have more sensitivity on your penis. You ain't got premature ejaculation, and y'all both just, the sex is gonna be way better. You feel me? But me personally, like, I plan on being a lone wolf and not worrying about no sex, no women for a long time. And that's still hard. But it's like, my nigga, like, I can't imagine, like, being in a relationship right now. And let's say I just turned 30 or some shit, right? And I'm looking back and I'm like, my nigga, imagine just the thought of that right now is making me uncomfortable. Like, I'm looking back being 30 years old and I'm like, damn, when I was 24 and I decided not to do that shit, my nigga, why the fuck didn't I do that? Because now when you get older, you start to look back on your youth and that motherfucking regret is going to feel like just a knife. Nigga, I just popped myself. My nigga, bro, that shit is going to hurt. Because you can't get those years back. You can't get those years back. So I'm going to sacrifice all I need to sacrifice while I'm young. That's what we all must do, especially if you young. And especially if you older. You got more sacrificing you need to do. Because you got catching up to do. Let's keep it real. Because that's how I would feel if I was in y'all shoes older, like in my 30s, 40s. I would feel like I have some catching up to do, so I need to sacrifice more than these young niggas are doing. And that's also a beautiful thing, because you're going to experience twice as much growth as well. But I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all appreciate it. You feel me? Make sure y'all go over to my Instagram if y'all want to. If you got an Instagram, I made one. It's Matter of fact, I'm gonna just comment this shit down below. You know what I'm saying? Our mentalities has changed forever. We ain't never gonna be the same. Never. And that's amazing that life can do that. You know, so for anybody that was at one point in their life suicidal like I was, and then you see some shit like this can happen for you in your life, you like, holy shit. Like, I underestimated the power of life and the power of faith and the power of patience. So if you did that and you come into this awareness now, and now you actually putting in work and you're not bitching and crying like you was all of them years like I was, what you think is going to happen in the future when you see how your faith and your patience worked in your favor? So I'm out of here with that. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I appreciate y'all subscribing to my channel, liking the videos, showing me love and encouraging me, you know, with y'all comments. Even the negative comments, they put some fire in me, and you know, I might do some more push-ups in my set. I might drive a little harder to the paint in basketball. You know, I look at the bright side of everything now. It's a beautiful thing. And you know, quick update. I don't know if I told y'all this already. I'm on day 33. I'm doing great. It's been tough though. It's been hard. You know what I'm saying? I done got into some petty ass arguments playing basketball and shit. Talking some crazy shit. I was very disrespectful. You know, I definitely still got some working on my anger that I have to do. You know, I grew up traumatized and very, you know, in a dysfunctional home, toxic home since I was in second, third grade. So I got some very demonic and toxic qualities about myself that I got to work on. I got to be more positive. I got to, you know, not always react in a negative way in negativity. I got some things I got to work on with myself like we all do. But that's the beauty of life, is coming to these, you know, conclusions and being this aware finally, to where you know what you have to do. You're not bitching about what you can't do. You looking at what you can do, and you motherfucking grow automatically. It's really that simple. So I'm out of here with that. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all niggas, man. Y'all keep pushing yourselves and becoming great. I'm gonna be back soon with another great video for y'all. And you know what I'm saying? Peace and love.